Now this is pad thai. Now pad thai, a lot of people don't realize, correct me if I'm wrong, pad thai is actually the name of the noodle. It's a flat rice noodle. And of course it's done in a standardized way in American Thai restaurants. A slightly sweet sauce, usually some peanuts, usually some shrimp, possibly some pork or chicken. And that's plenty for me.
You want a shrimp?
One shrimp,
You got it.
And then I see he puts a little tofu in it the way they do in the street in Bangkok. In the street in Bangkok, you'd also get shallots. You might even get some of those tiny little dried shrimp. And I've had it. I like the way they wrap it up in an omelet. And they call it sai tuk yang. And then you get a little omelet bundle tied together with a little bean curd string. And I'm going to eat this with chopsticks. I just find it easier to eat noodles with chopsticks.
I agree.
But Thai people would not.
They absolutely wouldn't. And this is a fun dish. I mean, it's kind of the American go-to for Thai noodles, right? And we bring back the yum kind of aspect, but this time the sour, the main ingredient people don't know, is usually either vinegar or tamarind.
Yeah, you can taste the tamarind. And now I'd like to point out, because you have such a good palate, my objection to pad thai in most restaurants is it's too sweet.
Right.
And Jet and I were just talking before we started shooting, and we were saying that Thai food keeps getting sweeter and sweeter every year in Thailand. But this is not a sweet pad thai. I like this pad thai. You get the subtlety, the sourness, the tamarind, vinegar. And
to behind those four flavors, and we actually we really hit it with dried shrimp.
Oh,
that brings that kind of salt and umami taste.
Yeah.
I mean, the actual pickled radish, the Thai pickled radish.
What do we mean by umami now?
Well, I'm going to write, this starts a whole nother conversation. I think you would describe it better than me, but to me, it's the taste that meat imparts on food. It's that deep, kind of like rich taste. So what's the better way to say what umami is?
Umami was actually discovered by a Japanese scientist in 1905. That's why it has a Japanese name. It's a fullness that you get in the mouth, a mouth fullness. The best example of umami of any food I know is pizza, because pizza has lots of umami components. Marinara sauce is umami,
right?
Mozzarella cheese is umami, but soy sauce is umami. Monosodium glutamate is umami, and I'll tell you what's really umami: hydrolyzed soy protein. So if you get one of those crackers made by Nabisco that has a flavoring on it like chicken in a biscuit, and you lick that powder off, that's pure umami.
That's
it's not very good for you.
Umami bomb. But tell me, chicken biscuits are some of the most efficient delivery system of umami ever. I mean, you're thirsty for about 5 days and your ankles are swollen, but it's a hell of an umami bomb.
Actually, I teased Ferran Adria about that.
Did
when
you
I
really?
ate in El Bulli, I said, "Hey, man, Nabisco was doing this 50 years before you." I don't know that he appreciated it.
Did he understand you, A, and did he appreciate it, B?
Yeah. Now, we have one of my personal favorites. This is, okay, go ahead,
no problem.
This is Korean-style short ribs, or kalbi. You can get it in any Korean restaurant in Chinatown, in Vegas, or in LA, in Koreatown. But this is a better cut of beef, right?
We only use Wagyu short ribs. So again, we only use the best product.
This is amazing. I love sesame oil. I love sesame, and I think the Korean restaurants that serve American people are afraid to give it that strong sesame flavor. Jet is not.
What I like about first year we came out, 2009, right? We opened 2008. We got I think one of the paper's best kalbi in Las Vegas. So I still think I have a bullseye on my back for all the Korean restaurant owners here.
Honestly, the other Korean restaurants don't use this quality of beef, and they don't do the marinade like you. And now we have a dish that's kind of a signature here. Can you describe this again, the Chinese name? And this is obviously an expensive dish. This costs a lot more than anything. It probably costs what everything else on the table put together costs.
This is probably true. So this is actually, the English name would be garlic crusted lobster. It does no justice to what it really is. It's a Hong Kong XO fried garlic lobster.
Now, couldn't you just get like a bowl of this stuff and eat it like potato chips?
I would put this on anything, like French fries, potato chips, tacos. I don't care. It's so good.
It is tremendous.
Because I make my own XO sauce here, which is a whole, endeavor.
Just pick it up, the shell and all, and bite right in.
And if you're really kind of snobby and you don't want to mess with the shell, I'll even pull it out of the shell for you. So,
you know what? This isn't such a bad job.
You have a great job. I mean, I envy your life. I really do. So when you get this, you want to get those crispy bits on top.
I feel like Cary Grant when he said, "Everybody wants to be Cary Grant. I want to be Cary Grant." Famous comment.
So we've really kind of eaten all over Asia, and we still have dessert to follow.
Let me finish these last bites because.
But that was Pan-Asia to me. They asked me what Pan-Asia was. My definition. It's not confusion, right? I mean, you and I both hear that word. Oh, fusion, confusion. It's really kind of bringing out the best of Asia.
So you're not mixing your metaphors. You're not doing a dish that's like half Thai and half Indian, or half Chinese and half Burmese or something. But now this dessert here, well, first of all, I've only seen it in a tall glass.
Right.
Where you...
There's some spoons around here. Yeah.
Well, I guess we need... Nope. We'll do it with a fork. Where the fruits and the creams and the ice are sort of layered. And, of course, the notorious durian made with durian, the stinky fruit from Southeast Asia. But he doesn't do that.
So there's actually kachang, which is the beans part.
What do we got here?
So I candy my own pineapple.
So this is
candied pineapple, right?
And this is a lychee nut.
Yep, lychee nut there. And then ice kachang. Actually, kachang technically is the beans, right? So we have the red bean, which we cook. You
got the ice underneath.
Yep. And then
almost every Asian country has some sort of bean and sugar dessert.
Which I would say, I think a lot of Americans, the hardest part about this for non-Asians is eating beans in that sweet dessert kind of mind frame.
And what's this, mango?
Mango, fresh mango.
Which a quirk of mine, I don't like mango, but I will taste
Interesting, I didn't know that about you. And you still don't like mango, I can tell.
This is good though.
And then of course, Frederick Robert, our master pastry chef on property, makes coconut ice cream with coconut macaroons inside. It's ridiculous.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
It's just crazy good. This restaurant has an unusual design. We're sitting in this giant, sweeping, semicircular cream white booth. And it was, of course, done by your in-house designer, Roger Thomas. But I want to talk about this dragon, this incredible design element. First of all, how much did this thing cost?
So it's valued at $1.5 million. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's 27 feet long, 90,000 individual Swarovski crystals. Right, the head itself weighs 800 pounds, and it's suspended by airplane wire, thank God. So, and this booth is called the Dragon Table, the coveted one and only. This is the closest we have to a PDR or a VIP table.
How many people do you need to reserve this?
You know, it's how big your credit line is. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. You know what? If I've got the space, I'll put at least, give me 6 people and you can have this table.
And one more thing. Did Swarovski assemble this, or was it made by?
It was made by Roger's people to assemble it all together.
That's pretty impressive.
And there's a twin in Macau. There's this twin dragon. There's another room just like this. It's an amazing piece.
At the Wynn Macau. I hate to tell you this, but I'm going to eat a white truffle dinner tonight, and I think I probably enjoyed this more. So, for foodinquirer.com, I'm Max Jacobson with Jet Tila, executive chef at Wazuzu at the Wynn Encore. Bon appetit. Thanks, Jet.
Thank you very much for having me.